might be there at the end. Yes.
Oh, the showdown. Oh, boy. Here comes Jerry Lawler. Picks up the Dream Machine. Right down on that metal chair. Well, like I was saying, when you dig one ditch, you better dig two, Dream Machine. Because the ditch you deal me be just for you. That challenge the Dream Machine had in there was for him, and Lawler goes to work on it. The key up on the middle rope now. Dream Machine down. Lawler chops the right hand down. Oh, the King says no, that's not enough. Not yet. Lawler again. Chops the right fist down on the Dream Machine. Troy Graham. Lawler's got. What in the world is going on here? Here is Double J. Jeff Jarrett got in. What is Jarrett doing at the Mid-South Coliseum? It's the referee. Double J. Jeff Jarrett comes out. It's Lawler. Now the referee's got bumped. Jeff Jarrett here tonight in Memphis at the Mid-South Coliseum. Double J shows up in his cowboy boots and all. Man, he likes that on Jerry Lawler. Oh, boys, the Dream Machine and Jeff Jarrett both jumping on Jerry Lawler. Oh, my goodness. At about the 13-minute mark, Double J shows up. Strutting around the ring and all. Well, I guess this was a surprise right there. Jeff Jarrett, obviously the big surprise that the Dream Machine has been broadcasting and promoting that he had for Lawler. It's Double J. Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett! Now away on Lawler. Here comes Billy Joe Travis. And the Dream Machine catches it. Billy comes out to try to help out Lawler. Oh, boy. From the World Wrestling Federation, showing back up in Memphis at the Mid-South Coliseum is Jeff Jarrett. Just jumped the referee out of the ring. This Jarrett, boy. In a unified world title bout. Oh, man. He hit Billy Joe Travis up kind of hard. Hit Lawler with a right hand. The Spider came out to try to help out the King. This is absolutely ridiculous here now. This is totally uncalled for. Here comes the other Spider. Let's bring him out. Double J, Jeff Jarrett has got Jerry Lawler busted open. This thing is uncalled for, let me tell you. I thought there was a tape this match was more than enough for Jerry Lawler. And all that, Double J, Jeff Jarrett shows up. Knocks off Gaylord over the ring apron. Oh, Jeff Jarrett, I can't believe it. Not on the card. Obviously flew in here from New York City, the World Wrestling Federation headquarters, for this unified world title bout tonight. Oh, boy, I tell you. Jeff Jarrett just taking care of everybody that steps in his way. Here comes that Brian Christopher, and Doug Gilbert holding him back. Doug playing away on Christopher, and Jeff Jarrett grabs the metal chair. Hits Christopher with it. Jarrett is coming in just like some kind of crazy man. I don't know what's getting over to Jeff Jarrett. Throws the Spider there. Jarrett just getting rid of everybody that comes in his way. Christopher and Doug Gilbert fighting it out. Brian trying to get in How about the King? Well, they hold Christopher back. This is some power. The Dream Machine. Nothing to let out. Dream Machine, Joy Graham, and Double J. Just take it over here. Keeping everybody out of there. Billy Joe Simon. The Spiders find Christopher. Jeff Gaylord. Back in row all of them as they come down. Christopher outfights Doug Gilbert trying to get away. And this thing has gone over for well over 5 minutes now. Double J puts on his cowboy hat and struts around the ring. Jumps out of there. I don't even know what Jarrett's doing here tonight. Oh, man, that's crazy. Oh, look at this. Throws Christopher right into the rainbow. I can't believe it. I'm telling you, any friend of the Dream Machines can't be all good. Dave, what in the world happened with Jeff Jarrett?
Not the Jeff Jarrett we used to know.
Hey, really, tell me.
Double J, I have no idea. I was shocked when I heard about it. Fans who were there were shocked. When he first knocked Lawler down, I saw him. It looked like he was saying something to Lawler.
Oh, he took time for a little speech, yeah.
I'm very curious as to what he said and why he came in there, and I hope soon we find out.
Man, I can't believe it. You know, I saw Jeff's very first match. I know that you did too, and it just, what a total shock. I guess it's a mystery. It certainly is a mystery to us. I hope we can find out a little bit more about it. We've got lots more action, tag action coming up. We've got the King coming in a little bit later, and all of that yet to come in a moment.
And telling Jeff that I've been coming out here on TV week in and week out, knocking him, you know, saying all sorts of things about Jeff Jarrett. And I think probably anybody that's been watching the show, all of these people out here probably know, I haven't not mentioned Jeff Jarrett on this TV show, and I don't know when. I don't know what the deal is. I remember back probably, well, you know, the week we had the Monday Night Memories.
Yes.
Jeff Jarrett sent in an interview from the WWF at that point, you know, saying something about how can we have a Best of Memphis match with him not in it. I may have made some sort of comment on that. I can't even, I've been racking my brain trying to remember if I made a comment about it or not. But I don't even think I commented on that. I know for a fact that I have not been coming out here week in and week out talking and saying anything about Jeff Jarrett. But from what I understand, that is what Dream Machine has been telling him that I've been doing.
And he's been taking all this in from the Dream Machine, didn't come up to you man to man and say, hey, what is all this stuff?
No, as a matter of fact, as I said, I saw him just a couple of weeks ago in, I think it was Albany, New York, at a WWF TV taping, and, you know, it was a hectic situation, everything was busy, but he acted as friendly as ever. I mean, you know, and didn't say one word, didn't even mention the USWA or what was going on down here or anything like that.
Jerry, I don't have to bring it to your attention because you were on the receiving end of it. That wasn't just a little casual, well, here's one for you, and then he walks away. He stayed there and deliberately was trying to maim you and beating on you and all of that. So this is not one of those things that's going to pass.
No, exactly right. As a matter of fact, I asked him exactly how long that tape was. That videotape that we watched was 6 minutes and 30 seconds long. So for about 6 minutes of that was Jeff Jarrett and the Dream Machine just trying to, as far as I could see, they're trying to put an end to my career. Now, Jeff Jarrett and Dream Machine, if you think that I'm going to take that lying down, you got another thing coming. But I understand. I'm not sure. Did they talk to them after the match?
We've got an interview with both the Dream Machine and Jeff Jarrett on it. Good time right now. Let's take a listen and see what they've got to say.
Lawler, I guess from now on, when I tell you I got a surprise for you, you'll believe me, huh? You'll believe the Dream Machine because the Dream Machine don't lie. If I tell you a rooster dip stuff, you can look under his wing and find some two roads. Double J, that man has been knocking you, calling you, yelling every single week right here on this TV. Lawler, I told on you. I told you, Double J.
That's exactly right, Dream.
I told you.
Yeah, that's right. You've been telling me. Jerry, this man right here has been telling me everything. Because I hadn't had the opportunity to be here in Memphis, Tennessee and watch WMC TV every Saturday morning.
That's right.
I've been out wrestling in the WWF Worldwide, but this man right here, he's called me every week and he's reported. And you know what, Lawler? You know what he said that you said?
He said it.
He said that I was scared of you?
He said it. He said it. I told him, Lawler. He said it, Double J.
Lawler, you said that you run me out of the USWA and run me clear up to the WWF.
That's just exactly what he said.
I can't believe you'd say that, Lawler.
Well, he said it.
And you know, the final thing, the straw that broke the camel's back, Lawler, is that he said that I was afraid.
That's exactly
that I was scared to come to the Best of Memphis match.
He said,
well, no, I want to let everybody know right now that I was up in the Big Apple.
That's right.
I was up in New York City wrestling that night, and Lawler, I want you to know, and certainly you know after tonight, that Double J ain't afraid of nobody. I ain't scared of you, and I ain't scared of anybody. So, Lawler, I had the night off, one of my few nights off, and next Monday night I got another one. So you find you a partner. I got me one.
Yes, sir.
You find you a partner if you can.
He knocked you bad, Double J. You think it's over, Jerry Lawler? You take a long, hard look at my face. Every face tells a story.
Monday night. We'll get him.
I'm going to get him. Lawler. It'll never be over.
Well, there it is, and it's going to be a whole lot different than coming in and jumping you from behind. But you've got to come up with a partner, Jerry.
Well, I've come up with a partner. You know, I guess the Dream Machine and Jeff Jarrett think that they're the only two guys that can be buddy-buddy. Well, in this profession, you don't always have to have your best friend as your partner. What you want to get when you come up with a situation like this is you want somebody that doesn't care who he hurts. You want somebody that doesn't care what he's going to do to somebody else. You want somebody that's not out there to win any beauty contest, not out there to win any popularity contest. You want somebody that's out there to do one thing, and that's hurt his opponent. So the man that I've asked to be my partner this week, and I'll be the first to admit, ordinarily I would ask Brian Christopher. But Brian Christopher has already got one of the toughest matches that he's ever going to have because his hair's at stake.
Yep.
And I know full well, anytime you got your hair at stake, that's what you got to concentrate on. So what I did, I asked a man that, like I said, I know what he's capable of doing because he's done a lot of it to me. But lately he's been trying to change his ways, and I'm going to give him an opportunity to prove to me that he is a changed man. All I'm asking that he do this Monday night is when we get in the ring against the Dream Machine, who is about 3 bricks shy of a load, and Jeff Jarrett, who thinks he's now the greatest thing since sliced bread because he's in the WWF, all I'm doing is asking this man to fight as hard with me as he has against me in the past, and I think he'll do that. I want to bring him out here right now. My partner for this match Monday night. A lot of people may say you're crazy, King, but I think I know what I'm doing. It's Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and in the past few weeks, he's proved, I think, to me and everybody else, by being partners with Brian Christopher, winning the tag team titles, that he is a man that is trying to change his ways.
Well, there it is. Eddie, Jerry selected you as a partner. You realize there's a lot on your back, not only just from the standpoint of the match, but a lot of people still have some questions.
A lot of people have questions about everything. I was standing back there listening to Jerry Lawler talk. A lot of things gone through my mind, too, and this is something I thought would probably never happen. And I got to tell you something. I never thought that you'd probably ever even want me to be your partner. I know it had to hurt you a little bit, though, just a little bit, to stand out here knowing that Brian Christopher couldn't be your partner and actually have to ask and know that you need me to be your partner this week, Monday night. Because you know deep in your mind, deep in your heart, that you need me to be your partner. Because what you are up against is something that I know everything about. And I want you to understand something. I want all the people to understand something, too. You saw a little tape out here a little bit earlier when Dream Machine and Jeff Jarrett jumped you, and it was about 6 or 7 minutes there of them just beating on you. A lot of the guys went out of the dressing room to help you. Brian Christopher went out there, but Doug cut him off. Well, I just want you to know, when I was in the shower, when I came out, the dressing rooms had empty. If I had known If I could have been there just a minute earlier, I would have been there for you. I want you to know that right now. You were talking about the Dream Machine a while ago being 3 bricks shy of a load. Dream Machine, I am 5 bricks shy of a load. I want Jeff Jarrett to know something. You think you're a pretty boy. Well, I think you're a sissy. You're a sissy boy, and I am going to step into the ring Monday night as Jerry Lawler's tag team partner, his partner. And we are coming after you two, the greatest and the best that you've ever seen, because he knows, Jerry Lawler knows, that I have no heart. I have a cold, cold heart. I have no heart, no feelings for anybody. So whenever he says, go after them, I'm going to go after them. And you know what the real reason is I want to get you guys? Because you're trying to end his career. And if anybody was ever going to do that, that's me. Nobody's going to touch Jerry Lawler until I say so. So you can just think of it as I'm going to kind of protect you and look after you in the future. I'm going to make sure these guys pay dearly for what they did to you. Also, Eddie Gilbert, I've said this many times, you got a long memory. Dream Machine has been thinking about stuff that happened 10 years ago. You've been thinking about stuff that's happened between you and I that goes back longer than 10 years ago. But I just want you to remember back about maybe 4 or 5 or 6 weeks ago, when you were in a ring and you thought you could trust the Dream Machine, and the next thing you found out, you were laying flat on your back looking up at Tommy Rich, Adam Baum, and the Dream Machine trying to kick your brains out. You know he's a snake in the grass, and now he's converted Jeff Jarrett, and all I want you to do is Monday night, bring the biggest fireball you can muster up, because I can't think of a better sight than to see that long blonde hair of Jeff Jarrett going up in flames. And Dream Machine, I got something special for you. You talk about a surprise last week. I got a big surprise for you this week, pal.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Particular attention to the corner of Gilbert and Lawler.
But the energy is fast waning. You can go on adrenaline only so far after taking the pounding he has. Comes up. And Gilbert, what? Eddie Gilbert laced Lawler with a fireball. Hits the referee. Should be a disqualification. Dream Machine. It should be, but I didn't see his arm. He hadn't been in a position after he got knocked down to call for the bell, but I know he will. Dream Machine pounding on Lawler. Eddie Gilbert. We told you a very strange pairing on both sides, particularly more recently with Gilbert and Lawler. But Lawler took him in not as a friend, but as a tough wrestler who said he would stand by his side and watch his back. Yeah, he watched it. It should be wrong, Bob, but the referee got Bowden down on a concrete floor as Jarrett, Dream, and Gilbert with Lawler. 4 times Lawler tagged him. The referee didn't see it. Gilbert came in when it was obvious that the referee was available to see the tag. As Lawler got to the corner, Jeff Jarrett heads to the dressing room. He can't take any more of this. He walks out. Eddie Gilbert loving every minute of it. Here comes Eddie Marlin, referee Frank Burrell. This match should have been stopped at the 17:55 mark. Eddie Marlin calling for Brian Christopher as the Dream Machine just pounding the stuffings out of Lawler. Here's Brian Christopher. Whipping through. Doug Gilbert comes in. Doug nails him from behind. Eddie Marlin drops his glasses here with us. He's Jeff to go up and try to do something as Brian Christopher is hurled out of the ring by Doug Gilbert. Frank Morrell knocked down. And Eddie Marlin takes a shot after delivering one to Dream and one to Eddie Gilbert. Scott Bowden climbed up off the floor and wish he hadn't. Gilbert and Christopher still on the outside. Eddie being pounded around by the Dream. And Gilbert still outside with Christopher, while Lawler takes the punishment from Gilbert and Dream Machine. Wow. Marlin comes to his feet. And Eddie Gilbert pops in. Frank Morrell coming back up. He's going to get tagged again. Marlin down as the Dream goes to pick him up again. Lawler has just been lynched by Gilbert and Troy Graham, the Dream Machine. Brian Christopher on the outside with Doug, and here comes Jeff Jarrett. He nails the Dream. He had left some 5 minutes ago. He couldn't stand the 3-on-1 stuff, and he takes off after Dream, after Eddie Gilbert. Brian Christopher back in and puts Doug Gilbert out on the floor. It's his grandfather, Eddie Marlin, who took a terrific pounding, and that really triggered Jeff to hit the ring. He got rid of him.
Available. I want to tell you, coming this way right here, and I'm not at all happy to see him, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. You come swaggering over here all you want to, and I know you've got interview time scheduled, and I know you're going to be very happy with yourself after beating up, after turning on your partner, after throwing fire on him, after choking him with a chain, after going after 2 referees, after going after Eddie Marlin, and here you are out here smiling, and everything is just as happy as you can be.
Thank you, Dave. I couldn't say it any better myself. I really proved once and for all that you can fool all the people all the time. Who is the smartest man in professional wrestling, and why am I, Dave Brown?
I'm not sure you're quite so smart. I'm really mad.
I sucked you in.
You lied to everybody out here time after time after time.
I sure did. I told everybody. I lied to everybody. I lied to everybody. And you're so upset that you're really just forgetting what today means. What the real meaning of today is on the USWA wrestling show. And you people should pay a lot of respect to the fact that this is a celebration today. And I would like to bring all my good friends that I have in professional wrestling.
We don't need your friends to celebrate. We'll celebrate just fine. It's our 900th. It's our 900th.
You and Dally don't know how to party. I know how to party, so I like to call the Dream Machine my brother. Doug Gilbert, also he was such an instrumental part in this. And I want to call the Eliminators out here. And the Rotten Brothers out here.
Taking all of that stuff.
Look at the trouble. And I'd like all the people to know that Dave Brown went. We did. We do it.
Cake 900 Now wait a... Oh, no, 900 Gilbert.
Did we do what we said we were going to do or not?
Why don't you just take your cake and all of your brothers, as you say, and just get out of here. We don't need this kind of celebration. We can celebrate just fine without all of you here, especially after watching that videotape.
Thank you. Come on, let's cut some of it up. I want to get this party rolling. This show has been kind of dull and boring, and people hitting each other with bamboo sticks and got me all torn up straight.
May have your brother torn up, what it may have.
I have some explaining to do.
Yeah, you've got a lot of explaining to do. You haven't done a very good job of explaining this situation here, except the fact you were lying and turning on Lawler and
Dave Brown, life is a game, and I am the master of that game. You see, for 3 weeks, I think it was, I had to stand out here and actually stand here and be nice to Brian Christopher. I had to go as far as winning the the tag team titles over in some old hick town like Jonesboro, Arkansas, and then it proved my loyalty to Brian Christopher. Do you think he could have won it without me? No. But you know, all along, I know this is a question burning in everyone's mind. We trusted you, Eddie Gilbert. We thought you were sincere. We were behind you. We chanted, Eddie, 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 and they all loved me. But I did it, Dave Brown, and I want everyone to listen to this, and I want the director, please, upstairs to turn the speakers on throughout the studio, because I want everyone to understand what I am saying and what has transpired here. Jerry Lawler, you are my ultimate goal in my life. Not just in wrestling, in life. I had to sit back and I had to be loyal to Brian Christopher all those weeks to get to you. To get you to trust me. To get you to call me out here and say, I need you as my partner, Eddie Gilbert. Did he not say bring the biggest fireball you can muster up, Eddie Gilbert?
He didn't want you throwing it at him.
Oh, he really did. Because Jerry Lawler, you have to understand, and Eddie Marlin, and this promotion, and Dave Brown, and old dinosaur Lance Russell, the reason why it says 900 great Gilbert shows on this tape is because I've been on every show.
You have not.
No, something that you're not going to say, and something this promotion will not say. Eddie Gilbert is the USWA. If it weren't for me, the USWA would be out of business. I am what draws the people, Jerry Lawler, not you. But people in this city, and every city throughout the USWA know that Eddie Gilbert is the man to take your place. And it has come down to this. Either you, my friend, or I must go. We must go, because you are not going to step down. I am the crown prince of the USWA. This is mine. This promotion is mine. My day has come, and I did everything I did to get close to you, to bring you in to my trap. And it's only just begun, Lawler. That was just a sample of what's going to happen. This promotion is mine. I am the USWA, and anybody, Dave Brown, you, Lance Russell, Troy Mathis, could do nothing about it, because I am the new king. I am the man to take over, and I will destroy Jerry Lawler, any friend he has. And if Brian Christopher steps into it, he'll get it too, because all the people know I put all those booties in the seats. They come to see me. It is me. It is my time, and we're going to celebrate.
Hey, you're going to celebrate. Yeah, I'll take your cake.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. We'll be back.
First, Jeff, I want to thank you for at least sitting here to talk about this thing after this whole night is concluded. It was something else. I got to tell you the honest truth. I haven't had a chance to talk to you before. I was very surprised when I heard you listen to the garbage this Dream Machine has been putting out and what he says Lawler's been saying, and very disappointed in your attitude coming down here for this match.
Well, Lance, you know, a lot of things have changed since the last time me and you talked. And quite frankly, ever since I've been to Memphis today, all I've heard is, Jeff, don't listen to the Dream Machine. Double J, all the Dream Machine's talking about is lies.
Amen.
And then when I got to the building, Lance, that's all I heard. And then when I got to ringside, Lance, walking to the ring, and I got up to the ring, that's all I could hear is, Double J, don't listen to the thing Dream Machine's saying. Well, let me just finish, Eddie.
Wait a minute. Jeff, you know, and Lance, you know, I come down to the TV every Saturday morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm out here at the Coliseum every Monday night. And honestly, I've never heard Jerry Lawler say anything bad about you. Even when you first started, he said, Eddie, someday you'll be great. And since you have become great, and I'll say that, he has told me that, said he's a great wrestler. Now, and I just come from his room, Jeff, and he's down in the dumps about what happened, and he said, I'd give anything in the world if Jeff could get another open date on a Monday night with the WWF so he could come down here, and he and I team together one more time and pay the Dream Machine and Eddie Gilbert for what they did
Let me just say, this isn't going to be the last time. I made the decision to come here tonight to be the Dream Machine's partner. And, you know, I'm letting the fans know that right now. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk, and Dream Machine's going to bring me in here as my partner. I'm not going to put all the blame on him. I made the decision. Well, I'm making another decision. I don't know if I'm booked or not next Monday, but I'll make a point. I'll be here, and that's a promise to you, and a promise to you, Lance.
All right.
And Eddie Gilbert, and you, Dream Machine, especially. These two guys, I've known since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. They've never lied to me, and I should have listened to them in the first place. So, Dream Machine, you bring Eddie Gilbert down, and you, Eddie Gilbert, yeah, everybody wants to get to the top, and they'll do anything, and Double J will stand them toe-to-toe, face-to-face, right smack dead in the middle of the face and tell them, hey, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. No, but you got to do some low-down dirty deed. Well, Monday night, next Monday night, the King and Double J, Dream Machine and Eddie Gilbert, you better get ready because you're looking at the two greatest wrestlers in the world today.
That is going to be worth being there to see. Man, what a match that's going to be. Double J and the King teamed up again, and I expect a different set of circumstances after this week. Here comes the King right here. All the fans want to say hello to him as he heads around this way. We want to talk to him about this situation with Eddie Gilbert, and I got to tell you, I made the mistake. I think all the fans did. We trusted Eddie Gilbert. We should have known better, I guess.
Well, you know, I'm not going to come out here and do a lot of screaming, a lot of ranting, a lot of raving, because I just, you know, that's not what I'm feeling inside right now. I do know that I remember back when I was a little kid growing up, lived part of my life up in Ohio, and there used to be a show that came on in the afternoons. As a matter of fact, I used to eat lunch with it every day, and the guy, a lot of people know this guy. There's a guy named Soupy Sales that had a TV show. He would end every TV show by saying, and I almost thought Eddie Gilbert was going to say something like it, but he would end every one of those TV shows, and I watched it every single day, by saying, remember, kids, you can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool Mom. And that, I guess, has just stuck with me, because last Sunday, which happened to be Mother's Day, this match was already set. My mother had watched the TV show on Saturday. And I was at her house, because, and I hope she's doing fine. Of course, I know she's doing better, but my mom fell last week and broke her arm, and so I've been spending some time with her. But anyway, that day, before I left her house, she said one thing to me. She said, don't trust Eddie Gilbert. And I should have, you know, I should have listened. You should always listen to your mom, because I guarantee you, it came true just like she said it would. And Eddie Gilbert, you come out here today with the big smiles and all your laughing and all your celebrating and all your pals, all your friends. And you say that you are the USWA, and you brought your biggest fireball that you had last Monday night. You burned the hair off my chest, and you tried to get me right in the face. I know what you were trying to do, Eddie Gilbert, because for some reason you are sick. You are obsessed with me. And I'm going to tell you something. You think that because you can surround yourself with the Dream Machine and your brother Doug, the Eliminators and the Rotten Brothers, that you got all the friends. But I think that little piece of tape just a few minutes ago showed you that I still got friends too. I got some friends, not only these thousands of people that are out here and watch this TV show every week, but people like Brian Christopher and people like Jeff Jarrett, who, finally, I want to thank these people because they were instrumental in letting Jeff realize what a liar the Dream Machine was, that Troy Graham had been feeding him misinformation week after week, that he had been telling him that I and everybody down here in Memphis had been knocking Double J. Well, Jeff now realizes that that wasn't the case, and he has agreed, he has volunteered to take the time off from the WWF next Monday night, and he will be right here at the Mid-South Coliseum. He will be my partner, and we will be facing you, Dream Machine, and you, Eddie Gilbert, face to face. And we're going to go in that ring knowing what to expect. I'm not going to be thinking, Eddie Gilbert, that I got you in my corner, that I can trust, that I can turn to. And I'm not going to be having to worry about getting jumped from behind, because I know that Jeff Jarrett is going to be there as a partner. And I know this. Monday night, like I said, I'm not going to yell, I'm not going to scream. I'm going to wait till Monday night, because you're going to find out that the King's actions speak louder than words. Monday night, Troy Graham, Dream Machine, and Eddie Gilbert. I've said this a lot of times. People are in for the beating of their lives. But I promise you this, I've never meant it any more than I do right now. Monday night, the beating of your lives are in store for you two jerks.
going to happen at the Mid-South Coliseum. That'll be the main event of the night. Let's talk about the entire card here in just a moment.
Another week of Memphis Mayhem coming up down there Monday night.
Memphis Mayhem week number 3 coming up. And also coming up, we're going to give away some groceries right here, $25 worth of groceries from the fine folks at Mega Market. There's the telephone number, area code 901-726-0551. We'll take caller number 4. You'll win $25 worth of groceries from Mega Market. Let's take a look at the Monday night card. Opening match of the night. Billy Joe Travis will be going against Ken Wayne.
Good opening bout.
Following that, you got the Spellbinder going against Reggie B. Fine. After that one, boy, a couple of tough guys
about
here.
Spike Huber, what?
Spike Huber, came into the area here, and he says, hey, I am ready to go. And, boy, from what I hear last Monday night at the Coliseum, he was really looking good in action. He will be back this week. He's going against a rugged guy that I think USWA fans are familiar with from not too long ago when he was in here, Bull Payne.
What a specimen this Spike Huber is, boy.
Then you got a USWA ladies title match. Debbie Combs will be in and will be going against Robbie Rage in the U.S. ladies title match Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. A revenge match follows that one. You got the Rotten Brothers on one side of the ring. On the other, it's the Moondogs. Revenge is what they're going to be looking for as they climb into that ring. The USWA tag titles then will be on the line. The Eliminators. Well, they came in here. It took them almost no time to work their way into position for a tag title match and to win the belts. The Spiders, a team that have looked mighty good since they came in. And I believe this is going to be a terrific match Monday night.
That should be.
And the winners will be the USWA Tag Team Champions. Then it's that Singapore caning match that you heard of here a few moments ago. Doug Gilbert is not at all happy. He is steamed about the whole thing. Brian Christopher is still all smiles. He says it's going to be fine because Doug Gilbert is going to lose. And then as a result, that Singapore caning is going to happen to Doug Gilbert. Of course, remember, if Brian loses, and it happens to him. Grudge tag team match coming up after that. And
Can't wait for this one, boy.
The word grudge is just not quite strong enough, I don't think, for this one right here. You got Jerry Lawler. This time he will be teamed with Double J, Jeff Jarrett. And against them, it will be Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and the Dream Machine. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a different situation this time with Eddie Gilbert as he looks across the ring at Jerry Lawler. Number one, Lawler knows that he's his enemy, not his partner. Number two, you take away that element of surprise. And number three, keep in mind, if you watched the videotape earlier, Lawler was needing to get a tag. He was not totally exhausted, but he was certainly tired when Eddie Gilbert went after him. Put him in there fresh, put Jeff Jarrett as his partner, and you got yourself an entire different situation.
Boy.
And Jerry Lawler, if Gilbert thinks he's focused on Lawler, turn it around. Lawler is focused on Eddie Gilbert, and it will all culminate Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum.
What a night. 8 bouts in that Memphis Mayhem. Boy. 8 big matches. Week 3 of Memphis Mayhem continues at the Coliseum.
It is going to be something else. 7:30 is when it all begins Monday night. And we've got a winner here. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Travis Sudit of Memphis, Tennessee. $25 worth of groceries from the folks at Mega Market. We will be back here with more action coming up from the USWA.
Charlie, you wouldn't believe the week I've had. Office copier went down on Monday. The cleaning service ruined our new lobby. Then to top it all off, the furnace conked out at home. Thank heaven for Landmark Heating and Air Conditioning. They got there on time and had the furnace fixed in about 15 minutes. Best of all, my Landmark service contract covered the work at no extra cost. I'm glad there's still a company around that knows how to do a job right.
Call Landmark for all your home and business air conditioning and heating needs.
Our philosophy is to keep the price the lowest that we can possibly keep it on any tire and any service work that we do. I'm not flipping tire tools, and you don't have to drive 50 miles to come to us. I'm not in a big, nice building that costs you more in your tire line. I'm not in a warehouse club where you have to fight crowds and have cards and pull out your own tires and wait half the day. We're here to sell tires. We're here to give the customer the best buy for his dollar that there is, period.
Now at Rent America, rent brand name products from the leader in rental purchase. Check out this 20-inch GE TV with cordless remote for only $10.95 a week. And this GE VCR, also only $10.95 a week. How about this Piliad bedroom suit for the unbelievably low price of just $15.95 a week? So turn to Rent America, where you'll always get quality and selection, easy terms, and same-day delivery. Brand names, low prices, that's Rent America.
The Happy Hocker is more than just a pawn shop. It's a pleasant surprise. Everyone knows that your valuables are worth more at the Happy Hocker. But did you know that they have a fabulous array of jewelry? Come in and browse at the Happy Hocker's wide selection of authentic and costume jewelry. Pearls and diamonds that are all priced well below wholesale. The Happy Hocker even has a gemologist on the premises to answer any of your questions. Now that's a pleasant surprise. The Happy Hocker, family owned for over 9 years. 975 East Parkway and 196 South Cooper.
Well, we're in the ring, just about set to go with a match. And hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, the man nobody should trust. I mean, think about it. Come on. Nobody should trust. Now, wait a minute. You got Dream Machine Troy Graham and Eddie's brother, Doug Gilbert, bringing that cake back. We don't need the cake. We don't need you guys out here.
I know you don't need it, but what you always want, you don't get. I'm out here to watch my brother's back because you know how Lawler is. He wants to sneak attack people. Hey, Corey, we brought you a plate. I don't need it. Tell him a piece. Yeah, you're going to stuff all over me. Come on. What do you mean?
Come on, we got a match. Let's pay attention to the match. How about it? And you guys stay out of it. How about that?
Yes, sir. I'm going to watch his back because you know how Lawler likes to sneak around behind people and burn them with fire.
Yeah, I also know how when Eddie Gilbert gets in trouble, especially against a young guy like this, he turns over here and says, come on in. And, well, exactly right. What's Eddie doing in the ring? He can't stand the heat and take care of it by himself.
You can take that cake out of here because I won't eat anything that you guys got anything to do with.
I'm not eating any of your cake. You can leave it there if you want to, but I'm not eating any of it.
We don't want to eat it. Take it out of here. You don't want to be involved in our party. Is that what you're saying?
You're exactly right. I don't want to be involved in it. I'm not happy. I'm not at all happy with you and your situation with that belt that you used on Brian Christopher. Should I be? I'm not happy with you. You're lying to Jeff Jarrett about what Lawler was saying about him, and then I'm not happy with Eddie Gilbert, who turns on Lawler, throws fire on him, and all of that.
But it was all right when he threw fire on me 2 weeks ago, right? But you like that, right? But now, hey, he likes things hot. You got what you had coming.
I tell you what I don't like. It doesn't have as much to do with the fire, although I think that was ridiculous. What it does have to do with, it has to do with trust. And you can't trust your partner. And that's the situation with Eddie Gilbert. That's something maybe you might keep in mind.
Personally, I don't think he would trust you either.
Yeah, honesty. I don't trust. Yeah. Be careful. Be very careful before you shake hands with Eddie Gilbert.
Yeah, you're right about that. A very good, honest human being, Dave Brown. Look at him trying to shake his hand.
Yeah, and look at what he did.
Yeah, look at that.
There's honesty. That is Eddie Gilbert. That's what Eddie Gilbert is all about. He's just proven that to everybody except perhaps you and the Dream Machine.
Dave, you must be looking at a different match because what I saw was Eddie trying to shake his hand and him go to hit Eddie with his fist, but Eddie blocked and hit him. So you can blame a man for that, Dave Brown?
Well, I think you need to visit your local optometrist if that's what you saw.
Dave, we're just like loaded guns, Daddy. We're dangerous. Just remember that.
Yeah. I don't forget that, and I especially don't forget it after Eddie Gilbert has lied to everybody.
Look at there, he misses that time. Colorado Kid gets up. Goes up to hot stuff. Puts him in. From the Colorado Kid.
All right, Doug. Gilbert has climbed up on the ring apron over here. And the referee is trying to get him down off the ring apron. He hasn't gotten in the ring. If he does, that's going to be a disqualification. Eddie's going to lose.
All right, back to the
Oh, my goodness.
Machine took him up. Yeah.
Just exactly what we were afraid of.
I knew it was coming. Sooner or later, DDT from Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert.
They'll claim they're not in the ring, and they're just out here to watch, and just out here to watch Eddie's back. Yeah, but this is 3 against 1. That's what it is.
Yeah. Hot Stuff comes
runs off the middle rope like someone else we know, gets the cover at 3, and that'll do it. Now take the cake and get out of here. That is it. Take the cakes, get out of here. You've got the victory. An assist goes to the Dream Machine, who interfered. Yeah. I don't care what he says. You can stand there holding the cake, looking innocent all you want to. We saw you trip him up. Eddie, the match is over. You've won the match. Okay, the three of you have teamed up to win.
You know, sometimes I have a little respect and admiration for some... Hey, Colorado kid, come down here just a second.
Come on, Eddie. All right, remember what we've been... I don't know if you've seen a monitor. Trust you, yeah. Trust it. Trust it. Watch yourself. This guy here has been lying to everybody the last couple of weeks, and I wouldn't trust him.
You wouldn't eat it with us. We don't care. Well, stay down the weather, clown. You know, kid, I got a little respect for you. It's not many times when I offer things to people because I'm kind of heartless, you know what I mean? But you being the type of person you are, I would like to offer you a piece of our royalty cake today. I want you to join in on the celebration. Okay, would you like a piece of our cake? Here, eat some. You don't want any cake. Are you refusing me?
You don't want no cake?
You know what we do to people? Hey. Show them what we do to people.
Watch it. Come on. Doug Gilbert nails him from behind here. Now it's 3 against 1 down here on the floor. It's not enough. They teamed up in the ring. They're shoving, kicking them out of the Colorado. I tell you what. Eddie, take the cake and get out. Come on, Eddie. Don't do that. Oh, that is ridiculous.
You didn't want none of it.
You're right.
You didn't want no cake. Hi, Nina.
Come on. Get back there. Help arrives in the form of Jerry Lawler and Brian Christopher. After yet another, I'm not surprised. I'm not at all surprised this time. What more is this guy going to do? Eddie Gilbert. Let's take a break with it. Lawler and Jarrett back together again. It's the King and Double J to go against Eddie Gilbert and the Dream Machine, who I see coming this way right now. And I don't really want to hear from you. We have heard enough.
You know, there ain't no fool like an old fool. Lawler, you've been standing out here week after week. I'm still breathing. My mother recognizes me. Hey, he likes to play with fire. Well, when is fire going to burn you, Lawler? You don't know. It's backfired on you. Jeff Jarrett, you made the biggest mistake that you ever made in your career. Is turning your back on Troy the Dream Machine Graham. Now, Lawler, I told you people 2 weeks ago, hey, surprise me. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Jarrett, you're not the only friend that I have up there in the WWF. Now, Monday night is at Mid-South Coliseum. Lawler, you want to play with fire? I see people taking blood oaths. Well, that's just fine. Because, like I said, it's going to be another surprise, people. Listen up. Because the Dream Machine is full of surprises. You know,
well, the Dream Machine may be full of surprises. Jerry Lawler is going to be looking for you and looking for the surprises.
I want him to look for me because, you see, I got a big bag of tricks myself, and I reach way down in it. And this week, I'm going to have another surprise. Wait and see, and you're going to be shocked, too.
Well, we'll see about the surprise this week. Watch him there. Well, you have cause, I'm sure, I know if you tell the truth, that's people who are incredibly disappointed with your behavior the last couple of weeks.
You know what this gives me the opportunity and the chance to do in Memphis, Tennessee, to tell all these redneck people, these illiterate people, especially you girls, all the weeks I had to stand here and be nice and talk about all the pretty women in Memphis. I haven't seen one pretty woman in Memphis, Tennessee. So I want to tell Nina and Jennifer and Barbara and Kim and all these girls that keep calling me here at WMC, stop it. All you people that chanted in the Coliseum for those 4 long, boring weeks, Eddie, Eddie, and actually got behind me and cheered me. I want you to stop it. I don't need you. Because you see, Lawler, this Monday night, you and the sissy, you and the pretty boy, you and the golden boy, I couldn't have even planned it any better. When we beat up the old granddad Eddie Marlin, did Jeff come running back? Stand it. I want both of you together Monday night, Lawler.
And you're going to get them Monday night.
Right,
and I don't think anybody's going to be cheering for you. We'll be back in a moment.
What happened at the end? Watch.
Oh, there, Lawler setting up hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert. Double J comes over. As Lawler picks him up. Paul drives Eddie Gilbert. Woo! What a bout here tonight in this super grudge match. 10 minutes gone now in this bout. 10 minutes past in this bout. 10 minutes past. Here comes referee Scott Bowden in. Hey! What is Scott doing? The referee kicked Lawler. 1, 2, 3. What in the world is going on here tonight? Memphis Mayhem continues in the Mid-South Coliseum as the referee Scott Bowden stumps on Lawler and counts to 1, 2, 3. Gilbert and the Dream Machine to get the win. What in the world is Scott Bowden doing? Hey, come on, Scott! Referee Scott Bowden out here. He's telling Frank Morrell a entirely different story. What in the world has gotten into Scott Bowden? All I can say is I'm sorry for you, Scott. He'll pay for that. And the fans are telling Lawler what Bowden did in that. Lawler didn't know what happened, I don't believe. He thought it was the Dream Machine that stopped and kicked him off. And Double J and the King trying to find out from the fans what's going on. And the fans there are telling them that it was Scott who did it. Scott Bowden, one of the USWA referees. And Lawler and Jarrett calling up referee Scott Bowden. Scott trying to either and telling Lawler what happened to that, which is certainly not true. What got in the Bowden? I do not know. And Lawler and Jarrett in the face of the referee Scott Bowden. And Bowden steps in there. Oh boy, that could be a mistake for Scott. He had a hope that the King and Double J will be very, very kind to him, but I don't believe it'll happen. Bowden did cost him this match. In 10:06, it was Bowden who stopped on Lawler's shoulder, knocked the King off, and Gilbert got the pin. Whoa! Bowden shoves Lawler and takes off. Referee Scott Bowden.
Boy, I tell you one thing, that young man has got a lot to learn right here and now. Gets up in there and pulls something like that, I just can't. I wish I knew the explanation for exactly what he was telling Frank Morrell and all that. We saw it right there. Absolutely knew exactly what he was talking about. No, we don't. We're going to find out, though, Dave. See if we can get him out here, because there's got to be some. Here he comes right now. Yeah. You had a lot of conversation with Frank Morrell out there. We want to know what in the world was that all about. Where does it your place to come out here, kick the King in the head, and do all of that?
Hey, let me tell you something, Lance Russell. I was through refereeing for the night, and I looked up. What the tape didn't show, Jeff Jarrett purposely drop-kicked Frank Morrell, and Frank, you know, he's the only living person that's actually older than Eddie Marlin, has a heart attack right in the middle of the ring, and I run out there to save Frank's life, to give him CPR, and on my referee instincts, okay, I dropped down to count. And at that moment, I'd also seen Lawler pile drive Eddie Gilbert. You forget about that. That was on the tape. At that moment, all the months and months of Jerry Lawler's flagrant disregard for the rules, the flagrant disregard for authority, he has pushed me around, he has shoved me. And I tell you what, Lance Russell, I just wasn't going to stand for it anymore. I couldn't take it. I was disgusted, and so I stomped him like the cockroach that he is. Let me tell you that.
You took it upon yourself to do it. Jerry Lawler has Eddie Gilbert down. You, as a referee, step in there, take it upon yourself, kick him and cause a loss of the match in there, count him out. Now, where do you get off doing something like that?
Oh, boy, this is surprising that you're taking Lawler's side. Well, when you left in '89, it wasn't to go to Atlanta. It was to run the Jerry Lawler fan club full time. Everybody knows that.
With that smart stuff in
You
here.
should be. I stood up to Jerry Lawler, and he couldn't stand it. Did you see him? He was like all bug-eyed. He was so shocked that a referee actually fought back. Well, let me tell you something, Lawler. It's going to happen again if you come out and mess with me.
Well, it isn't going to happen with you because I wish you would listen to this little announcement. Eddie Marlin couldn't be here today, but he told me what he wanted to pass on to Scott Bowden. If you're listening, Eddie Marlin says you are suspended. Your job is out. You're suspended. Oh, you stand here and say for what?
That's the Jerry Lawler?
What? Because you kicked him in the head, you took a place that had no referee had to
Don't
do
do that. This is a perfect example.
You're suspended.
No, hey, let me tell you, this is a perfect example of how Lawler's got the promotion in his back pocket. You understand me? What did I do?
Let me tell you one thing, young man.
Did Lawler pile drive him?
You bet. Listen, that doesn't have anything to do with it. The suspension is... Yeah, you never missed anything. He's suspended, and that's all there is to it. And you better learn one thing right now. In this life, you have to take the responsibility for your act.
Okay, Dad.
I cannot believe I have stood back here and heard you actually say that Eddie Marlin told you to suspend this young man after he did what we've taught all of our young people to do. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. After all those years, Jerry Calhoun referee in here let Lawler get by with murder. Then Frank Morrell, Paul Neighbors, the list goes on and on and on. And when somebody fights back, you suspend them. This man will have to stand on the street corner now with a sign saying, I'll referee for money. See, he doesn't have a job. You suspended him now. He has no job. This poor...
Whatever brought you to the position where you would kick a wrestler?
I don't know. Well, I tell you what, buddy. You've got a friend in me, and I'll find you something to do.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
Eddie Gilbert's my best friend now. You understand that? Let me tell you something, Jerry Lawler. You hadn't heard the last of me. When you least expect it, Lawler, okay? Eddie Gilbert's my best friend.
You haven't learned anything if Eddie Gilbert is your best friend, because I'll tell you, people...
The WWF right here in Memphis, Tennessee at the Mid-South Coliseum, and normally we would be pulling for the USWA people to take those titles, to bring them right here to the USWA, but I'm not sure we want these particular people to be representing the USWA as champions. Dream Machine and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert are the ones that have the match.
That's just real fine because I don't want you to be my commentator. I'd rather have Lance over here than have you. Headshrinkers, let me tell you something. I've been seeing a shrink since 1985, and my head is still just as big as it always was. I don't know nothing about shrinking heads, but I know something that's for sure going to swell it up, and I'll do it Monday night. You know, I get the feeling, where's Lawler at? I get the feeling that King Jerry Lawler is just a little bit scared. You know, tough guy, you're supposed to be so tough, and these Headshrinkers must be his partner or something, you know, because he's sending them down here to soften me and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert up. Hey, it's not going to happen. Memphis Monday night, it's surprise time again, baby.
I don't know how familiar you are. I want you guys to take a look at this video, and for wrestling fans, too, I think most of them are familiar with the Headshrinkers, but if you're not, watch this.
I got a big head.
Lou Albano's team, the Headshrinkers, headed this way.
I don't care whose team they are, Dave Brown. I just want everybody in Memphis, Tennessee, and the surrounding area to know one thing. You better be able to shrink some big heads because I got the biggest head in wrestling. And can't you just imagine Vince McMahon's look on his face knowing that Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and the Dream Machine are going to be the new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions after Monday night, just like Jackie Onassis found out, Dave Brown. I put her out of her misery, and I put the Headshrinkers out of their misery Monday night.
Total disrespect.
Get out here with the king, Jerry.
Hello, Lance.
Looks like we have got ourselves a Monday night that's going to be brimming on. Can you imagine the WWF title being defended outside of their territory, and it's right here?
You know, nobody has ever had more disdain for the World Wrestling Federation. Nobody has had more dislike for Vince McMahon and all of those jerks up north than me. I don't like any of them. Everybody asks me, why do you go up to the World Wrestling Federation and be such a bad individual up there? Well, I'll tell you why. As I've said before, anybody from Memphis, anybody from the South that goes up to New York City, they think we're like the Beverly Hillbillies down there. They still think that we walk around barefoot and ride tractors to and from work. Well, let me tell you guys something. I don't care for the WWF. I don't care for anybody from up north, to be perfectly honest with you. But in this particular situation, Lance, in this particular situation, I can't think of anything that I would rather see than those two big, huge, you tell me if you'd like to see this, those huge head shrinkers that weigh almost 300 pounds apiece, standing on the top rope like they were in that video and diving on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and the Dream Machine.
You like that, huh?
I want to see that. And I got news for you. Eddie Gilbert, you and the Dream Machine can come out here and run your mouth about how big your heads are. Well, I promise you this. They won't be so big after Monday night because I've seen the Headshrinkers in action. I know what they're capable of doing. I know they don't care who they hurt, and I know they don't care how they do it. So you guys get ready Monday night because anybody that have never seen these guys in person, this is going to be an opportunity to see two of the meanest, toughest, biggest, roughest individuals that will ever climb in a ring. And for once, I am going to be pulling for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions to beat the brains, or what little brains there are, out of Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert and the Dream Machine Monday night.
Major mean is what these guys, Fatu and Samu.
I'm telling you, I'm really looking forward to it. I want to say a couple of, I want to mention a couple of other things. You know, I like to come out here and talk about things that are going to be coming up around the area. Also, one of the things that Brian Christopher and I have been doing in the last few weeks, we've been going to some of the high schools around the area, helping them raise some money and having a lot of fun in the meantime and playing some basketball games. We've been to Mitchell High School. We've been to Wooddale, let's see, what was it, Westwood, or I'm not sure. I guess maybe Wooddale. What was it?
Westwood.
West Side, Westwood, one of those, you're right. And then we were at Cypress yesterday. And this coming Thursday, we're going to be out at, and I think I got it written down here somewhere. We're going to be at Northside Thursday. We're going to be at Tresman High School Friday. And we've just had a great time meeting all of these young people. And of course, we've been playing some basketball in the meantime and helping raise some money for the high schools around the area.
I know one thing, you're not going to bring Scott Bowden out there to referee that basketball.
Oh, I'm tickled to death. Scott Bowden, you know, what do they say to people like that? See ya, because you are history. You're no longer going to be refereeing around here. I'm tickled to death about that. One thing that is going to be going on, a couple of things I want to mention.
1 ball and 10 minutes in time for this bout. First introducing from Lexington, Tennessee, at a weight of 222 pounds, here is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. His opponent, wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, at a weight of 235 pounds, Jerry the King Lawler. 1 ball, 10 minutes in time.
Should be a good one. We've been waiting for it all day. Lawler against Gilbert. And as Brian Christopher mentioned a little bit earlier, you don't normally have title. What is he doing?
Oh, man, filling somebody's mind. Hey, what is this across the way? Scott Bowden throws powder right in Lawler's eye. Gilbert has got him down. 1, 2, 3. No way. No way.
I don't believe what I did. Matter of fact, I didn't even see it. I look up and there's powder flying in the air. Scott Bowden is standing there.
Yeah, you told us all right. Come in here and ruin a match that we've been looking forward to as Lawler over in his corner while Gilbert had the referee. Yeah, you better run, buddy. You better keep on running.
I noticed Scott Bowden hung around just long enough to see the 3rd count fall, and then he left here immediately. The referee didn't see him. Lawler didn't. I don't know if Lawler saw him when he hit the powder or not, because I didn't see the powder flying. Lawler, I was watching Gilbert.
That cloud come
I
right
saw the
in.
cloud, though.
I mean, he did right. Scott threw it at him, and there goes Jerry. What a lousy break to end up looking forward to a match like this, and then end up with Scott Bowden coming out here and powdering Lawler right smack in the face. Gilbert gets a cheap roll-up, 1, 2, 3, and you'd act like he had won the world's title from him.
Which he did not. The title was not at stake here today, but I tell you what is at stake. Scott Bowden better be watching himself, because the king is going to be after Bowden, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, the fact that he is suspended isn't going to stop Lawler from getting back at him. We are going to take time out. Be back in a moment.
Eddie Gilbert out here running around yelling, where's the belt? There is no belt.
I beat that King Jerry Lawler. Where's my belt? Wasn't it a title match?
You're going to get is when Lawler.
Wasn't it a title match or not?
No, it wasn't.
Well, I won a title match. I beat him fair and square right here on TV.
Yeah,
I
sure
want
you
one.
did. Your idea of fair and square. That figures. Yeah, that really figures. That's just what you'd think would be fair.